I bought a 200-year-old house. After finding its secret, I'm burning it to the ground. I bought my dream house 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't have been happier. It was everything I'd been looking for. 200 years old with thick hardwood beams, and far enough from town to have some privacy. The price was perfect, and my wife Stella was excited to start our new life there. The only thing was that Stella had to stay at our apartment for 2 months to finish some work projects, so I had time to fix the place up before she moved in. I was actually looking forward to surprising her with all the renovations. The first night, I slept restlessly, and woke up to this weird, musty smell that I couldn't identify. I figured it was just rodent droppings from the house being empty, so I spent the day cleaning and opening all the windows to air it out. That's when I saw the rabbit. It was sitting under the oak tree in the front yard, and it was the biggest rabbit I'd ever seen, just staring at me while I raked leaves, not moving an inch, even when I got close. When I went inside to turn off my tea kettle, I looked back out, and it was gone. I found a photo album in a crawl space under the stairs, filled with pictures dating back to 1913. The same couple appeared in dozens of photos over the years, always in front of my house. I took the album to the hardware store to show the owner, since he mentioned being part of the local historical society. His face lit up when he saw the photos. He recognized the severe-looking old woman in the recent pictures, and told me her family had lived in that house for almost 300 years. They're all buried in the town cemetery, he said, leaning closer. Well, all except one. There's an old story that the woman who built the house was a witch, and they say a witch can't have a Christian burial. He laughed. The story goes they would have burned her, but her husband was rich, and you can't burn rich people. That night, there was a terrible storm. Rain pounded the windows, and wind made the house creak from top to bottom. I couldn't sleep, so I went to check for leaks in the attic. While I was up there on a ladder, I noticed a small wooden box sitting on one of the beams, where you couldn't see it from below. I opened it and found 32 human teeth. I left the box on the kitchen table and went back to cleaning up some papers that had spilled during the storm. That's when I found the journal. It was written in old-fashioned cursive, and the entry I read made my blood run cold. Whatever pact mother hath made with the devil, there is no choice left us but to wall her in to languish there. H, enraged after she did bite him, delivered to her a blow with an axe, such as would kill any man or woman. We shall submit her to his judgment and sentence. As I read those words, I heard something underneath the floorboards, a low, pained moaning that definitely wasn't the storm. I grabbed a sledgehammer from the carport and went down to the basement. The walls looked identical, but I could tell which one had been added later by tapping it with the hammer. The sound was different, hollow. I started swinging at the wall with everything I had. Mortar cracked and fell to the floor, and above the storm, I could hear that moaning getting louder. After several minutes of beating at the stones, I finally dislodged one that fell inward into a dark chamber. The stench hit me immediately. That musty smell I'd noticed since day one, but multiplied 1,000 times with the sour bite of death. I shined my flashlight through the hole and saw a heavy wooden chair with metal restraints bolted to the stone floor. Inside the restraints was a mummified woman with sparse black hair clinging to her skull. Part of her forehead was caved in from what looked like an axe wound. She'd been chained to that chair for over 200 years. That's when I heard the sound I'll never forget, like wicker cracking under pressure, dry and brittle. She was turning her head to look at me. I didn't wait to see her face. I ran upstairs, got in my car, and drove